Hi, welcome to my GLP-1 journey. I'm Rebecca and I'm on ZepBound, and I have finished my first 2 weeks of ZepBound. And I thought I'd just put them together because there wasn't much difference between week 1 and week 2, and I'm a little behind on updating all of these. So I wanted to let you know that I started on June 24th. It was a Tuesday evening. I weighed 249 pounds that morning, and I was excited and I was nervous and I was a little bit apprehensive about side effects that I might have that week. And I don't like shots any more than anybody else does. And so I got my shot out and I got my alcohol prep out, my alcohol wipe out, and I took the shot, and I didn't feel anything. Nothing. I felt nothing, to the point where I thought, did it go in? Did I miss it? Did something wrong? And I waited, because it says to wait 10 seconds. I think I waited 20 seconds before I finally looked at it. And it does say, the instructions say, if you see the plunger, it's gone in. And I don't know if you can see that. Like, I don't know. See the plunger thing right here? That plunger. You're supposed to be able to see that. And if you see it, it means it went in. So I didn't feel anything. There wasn't even a mark on my belly. And I just had to trust. And so I went to bed that night, not feeling anything, not knowing if I had done it right. And I woke up the next morning and I had some very slight nausea. And when I say slight, I mean almost nothing. To the point where I didn't know if I was imagining it. But I got up, I took my shot, I took my shake, I drank my shake, my protein shake, being a good doobie, starting off on the right foot. And about halfway through the shake, it was gone. Whatever feeling that was, it was gone. I'm like, okay, I can do this. And went about my day and was very busy that day and made dinner. And as I was putting food on my plate, I realized I hadn't eaten anything that day. And that was amazing that I had not thought about food all day. I was busy, but even when I'm busy before, I would still think, oh, I should eat something. And so I took a little bit on my plate, a smaller than like normal for me portion of dinner. And I thought, if I want more, I'll just come back and get more. But let's see how this goes. And I ate that and I was good. I didn't need to add more food to my plate. And I thought, that's weird, but that's good. And I thought, wow. And my food noise is worse in the evenings. I have it all day. It's an all day thing. It's a companion. And about 2 hours after dinner, 3 hours after dinner, I realized I wasn't going to the pantry to find something to eat or going into the refrigerator to heat up leftovers to have like almost another meal. And there are nights where if I don't have anything quick enough, I'll make a peanut butter sandwich or I'll make a bowl of popcorn. And that 24 hours after that shot, after that first dinner, I realized I didn't have that need. That need was gone. And that's when it hit me. That was the huge light bulb moment for me, that this might actually work for me. And it was a life-changing moment. I thought, this means I can probably take this weight off. And it was a little bit, I don't know, it was shaky. It kind of shook me that this was so radically different. And I've got to say, I have taken other weight loss pills before. I have taken other things that are supposed to reduce your appetite and curb your hunger and whatever, and nothing is like this. So the only other thing that I felt that evening was some body aches. And I haven't seen it in any of the official literature, but I have seen a couple people mention it. So I think it's very few of us that have this. I had some body aches that started in on my back, like in between my shoulder blades, and then it kind of slowly radiated out and then down my back. And I remember at one point I put my hand on my hip, like my fist on my hip, and that was sensitive. And I kind of feel like it was an immune response. Like, you know how when you get a flu shot or a COVID shot or something and you kind of feel body aches, and that's kind of what it was. So went to bed that night without raiding the refrigerator or the pantry. Got up the next morning, again, super mild nausea, was gone halfway through my shake. I did make sure I ate lunch that day and had a decent dinner, and I was good the next night again. No raiding of the pantry. No, I need a cookie. No, oh, I'll go make a ham sandwich. Nothing. It was just none of that. And by the third day, my body aches were pretty much gone. And the rest of the week kind of went that way. I will say towards the end of the week, by, day 6, day 7, I think I was feeling, if I had waited too long to eat something midday, my body would say, I think I need some fuel. And it wasn't the screaming hunger that I would have had just 2 weeks before. It was just kind of like this idea that, oh, I should eat something now. And it was like a suggestion of the hunger that I used to have. And so I would eat and it was fine, and I didn't need to eat more. And I could put less on my plate and I was fine. So the first week went really well. My calorie count for my deficit should be around 1,300 calories, maybe 1,350 calories, somewhere in there, for me to eat at a 500 calorie deficit per day. And most days I got around 12. Saturday was the one day that was 13. And by the end of that week, I weighed myself Tuesday morning because I was going to have my next shot Tuesday night, and I had lost that week 2.5 pounds. I was ecstatic. I was just thrilled. So 2.5 pounds down, and it was the easiest 2.5 pounds I have ever lost in my life without being sick. And I say easy, but I will say that I was very thoughtful about what I was putting into my mouth. So it's not that it was not thinking about anything. I was trying to eat high protein first, trying to eat clean, trying not to eat processed food. And the thing about that week that I realized is that it was possible without the raging hunger. Even if I was kind of hungry, without the raging hunger, I was able to make a good food choice. I didn't have to grab the first thing that I saw that was available to eat, which was probably processed or a lot of fat or a lot of carbs or sugar carbs. And I was able to say, no, I can take a few minutes and make something more healthy. And so I put some work into it. And I have to say, though, I had like almost no symptoms. Nothing. No constipation. No nothing. I mean, it really was easy. And so I took my second shot on Tuesday, July 1st. It was also 2.5, obviously. And I was really good that week, but the 4th of July was next. And we did have people over. And we did make hamburgers. And I did have potato salad. But I was still able not to overeat. And it's okay that I had a hamburger. And it's okay that I had potato salad. And it's okay that I had also corn on the cobs. And that's a lot of starchy stuff, right? And carbs. But it's okay. And then the rest of the week was, again, pretty easy. And the same thing as the week before. By the end of the week, if I went 4 hours, my body would suggest that I eat something, but it wasn't a raging hunger. And the second week, even after having a hamburger and whatever, and second week, I weighed in on Tuesday, the 8th, July 8th, and I was down another 3.2 pounds. So in that first 2 weeks, I lost 5.7 pounds. And I'm thrilled. I really am thrilled. I really believe I can do this. And I also know, realistic, I know that the first several weeks you're going to lose a little bit more. Some of it is water, some of it's from inflammation, whatever. So I know it's a little bit easier right now. And I'm good with that. I'm good with that. If within the next couple of weeks I drop down to 1 pound a week, I'm good with that. I know this is long term. I know for me this is a 2-year. I have a 2-year health goal. I'm giving myself 2 years to hit a certain health goal. And I think I can do it. I really do. So those are my first 2 weeks. Almost symptom free. And I lost just over 5 pounds. And I am thrilled. And so I will check in with you next week. Let's see how this goes. Bye.